Hello, good evening and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. Ghana has signed a bilateral debt restructuring agreement with Spain, marking the 5th consecutive time such an agreement concluded under the country's official creditor framework. More in this report.
The agreement was signed on behalf of the Republic of Ghana by the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiala Tuforsen. The signing forms part of Ghana's ongoing efforts to restore debt sustainability and strengthen the foundation for economic recovery. It follows earlier bilateral agreements concluded with China Exim Bank, France, Finland, and the United Kingdom. The finance minister noted that government aims to conclude the remaining restructuring processes by the end of the year to put this difficult chapter behind the nation. Dr. Tuforsen reaffirmed government's commitment to prudent fiscal and debt management, noting that Ghana is determined to ensure long-term sustainability and avoid a recurrence of unsustainable debt levels. For his part, the Spanish ambassador to Ghana said Spain is pleased with the progress of Ghana's debt restructuring and commended the government's efforts to stabilize the economy. He described the agreement as the beginning of a new and stronger phase in Spain-Ghana economic relations.
Now, economist Professor Patrick Esumeng has stated that the positive growth trajectory of Ghana's economy, coupled with the World Bank's latest projection, is likely to attract increased investor confidence. His remarks follows the World Bank's projection that Ghana's economy will grow by 4.3% in 2025. Professor Esumeng spoke to Joy Business.
I think, but we have to understand that we knew this because of the first two quarters numbers that we've seen. We already saw that we were doing much better than before. So it means that something is working. We've seen that growth has become more broad-based, especially the second quarter growth number. You realize that there's only one or two subsectors that were contracting. Most subsectors were expanded, and we've seen the strongest growth we've seen in a long time. And when the economy is growing, it's good for businesses. If you think about financial investors, if the economy is growing, first of all, it puts us in a stronger position. Incomes are growing, and then if you are thinking about expanding your economic activity in the country, that's more positive. So generally, when growth projections are revised upwards, should bring it brings more positive attention from investors.
Decision by government to direct more oil revenues into the Big Push infrastructure project is affecting budgetary allocations for oil and gas agencies in the country. And this is due to the move to use funds from the annual budgetary fund amount ABFA to finance the projects. Here's more.
At the launch of its 2025 semi-annual report, the Public Interest and Accountability Committee made a case for more consultation in order to reverse the situation so agencies in the sector are not denied the needed resources for further exploration. In the first half of the year, petroleum revenue allocated for operations and institutional capacity development of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation (GNPC) was reduced from 30% to 15% of net carried and participating interest. The first half of the year, 2025, saw a decline in revenues to the Public Interest and Accountability Committee as it has been taken off the ABFA. Here's Vice Chairman of the committee, Odelfo Amakwa Abwedu VIII.
The first thing that will come to mind, how are we going to make $10 billion to execute or implement the Big Push agenda? So, of course, the government will seek to try to get all cuts to ensure that they can maximize inflow for the Big Push agenda. So the first is to go into the ABFA to ensure that it contributes 100% to the infrastructure project, which we see as something that is very good in the sense that we have been complaining in the past that with the oil money, we spread it very thinly. So when you want to see the projects being done with the oil money, we don't see very big projects. And the few that have been done, we see very good results. If you consider the Terminal 3 airport that was constructed with oil money, we see the returns that are coming from it. So we will propagate and say that we should be spending the oil money on big projects that can give us returns. So, however, we think there was not adequate consultation in the review of the Act.
Chairman of the Technical Subcommittee of PIAC, Richard Kojo Elima, fears the lack of funding for PIAC could be a threat to accountability in the oil and gas upstream sector.
Really impacted the work that we do. We are in October. We should have done more than 4 or 5 district engagements by now. We should have done some regional engagements. We should have met our constituent bodies. We should have even met journalists. There were 2 main activities planned for journalists this year. We also actually planned to have a zonal training for journalists across the country. All these activities have been put on hold because of lack of funding. And for the benefit of Ghanaians, the funding that we get also includes the salaries, allowances, and other emoluments of our staff and other committee members. So not all the monies go into the activities that I have mentioned. So we really, our activities have really suffered. And we fear that if this trend continues, it will get to a point where PIAC will not be able to perform its own statutory functions.
According to the report, an ABFA amount of $146.36 million was allocated to the Big Push projects for the period.
The Office of the Registrar of Companies says it is stepping up efforts to help distressed private firms access loans from financial institutions. Acting Registrar Mami Sama Prepra says the move is part of a broader plan to strengthen collaboration between the Registrar's Office, the financial sector and development partners such as the International Finance Corporation. The following report has more.
At the symposium jointly organized by the Office of the Registrar of Companies and the IFC, discussions focused on how to ease access to finance for Ghana's private sector. Acting Registrar Mami Sama Prepra said many private firms are struggling to meet compliance and documentation standards required by banks and other financial institutions.
So the target group includes the financial sector and the private sector. We realize that most distressed companies find it difficult getting loans from these financial entities. So we intend targeting both the financial sector and the private sector so that they can engage each other for fruitful discussions to allow them to restructure these companies, because it's not all falling companies that are in complete distress. So there's a need to engage them and see the need to give them viable structured loans to resuscitate them when the need be.
Country manager of the International Finance Corporation, Carl Kerhofer, reaffirmed the IFC's commitment to supporting Ghana's private sector through technical assistance and investment initiatives.
Most places have groups of people full of great ideas, and also groups of idea with money, looking for ideas on where to put their money. What this does is it provides an international standard framework by which, when these transactions take place between these two parties, that if there is a bump in the road, that there's a clear, transparent to resolve an insolvency and bankruptcy regime. So businesses can continue to operate and continue to have jobs as a result of that bump. It gives lenders confidence that they will get their money back. But it gives business operators confidence that they can take on bigger challenges.
The collaboration between the Registrar's Office and the IFC is expected to enhance private sector competitiveness and contribute to economic growth through increased access to finance.
And to some other stories, government says it is committed to making Ghana a pharmaceutical manufacturing hub in the sub-region. Delivering a speech on behalf of the Vice President at the opening ceremony of the 2025 African Healthcare Manufacturing Trade Exhibition and Conference here in Accra, policy advisor at the Office of the Vice President, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, emphasized the move will contribute to the country's industrial agenda, create jobs and boost exports.
Under the theme Collaborate to Compete, Strengthening Partnerships for Sustainable Growth, the 2025 Africa Healthcare Manufacturing Trade and Exhibition Conference brings together over 200 delegates, 46 speakers, 11 organizations and 26 country representatives. The conference is aimed at accelerating the local production of medicines and health products across Africa. Speaking on behalf of the Vice President, Professor Jane Nano Pokwajiman, Policy Advisor at the Office of the Vice President, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo emphasized government's plan of making Ghana a pharmaceutical manufacturing hub.
The government is poised to implement an ambitious and transformative agenda to modernize and expand our manufacturing base, especially within the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. We are committed to re-engineering Ghana's manufacturing sector into a globally competitive powerhouse anchored on value addition, industrial innovation, and regional trade integration. Our goal is clear: to make Ghana a preferred destination for high-quality African products, driving jobs, export revenue, and self-sufficient across the continent.
With the African Continental Free Trade Area, local pharmaceutical companies have a chance to scale up and export across the continent. Emmanuel Majuru, Chair, Federation of African Manufacturing Association, called for more collaborations to promote the patronage of medicines made in Africa by Africans.
Intra-Africa trade, ladies and gentlemen, accounts for only 13% of total trade in Africa. And African pharmaceutical production meets only 30 to 40% of local demand. We have made progress, but much more needs to be done. We require bold action to unlock the potential of a thriving African healthcare manufacturing industry. We should leverage market access to build a sustainable, vibrant local healthcare manufacturing industry in Africa.
Among the expected outcomes of the conference are new partnerships, policy direction, and investment deals that support regional manufacturing capacity.
Despite driving nearly 7% of Ghana's GDP and carrying 90% of global trade, the ocean remains one of the most dangerous workplaces on earth. With safety risks mounting, Ocean Centers Ghana is bringing together government, industry, and coastal stakeholders to chart a safer, more sustainable course for the blue economy. Team lead Nana Kwabena Boachi-Bwampong disclosed this to Joy Business in Tema.
Under the auspices of the United Nations Global Compact and the Lloyd's Register Foundation, Ocean Centers Ghana is bringing government, industry, and communities together to address safety and sustainability challenges across shipping and port operations. By investing in training, renewable energy at ports, and green shipping innovation, the center says Ghana can strengthen its role as a West African maritime hub while advancing the UN Sustainable Development Goals and delivering inclusive blue growth. Nana Kwabena Boachi-Bwampong is the team lead at the Ocean Centers Ghana.
Ghana has consistently stayed on IMO's whitelist for decades. The new transition requires seafarers, crew. Ghana and Africa, for that matter, we have a youthful population who are largely unemployed and who can take this opportunity when it comes to these changes. Ghana can position itself to become a seafarer supply nation, and that in turn would do a lot of good. If you look at the Philippines example, seafarers in Philippines, which constitute about 15% of the global numbers, is remitting $6 billion home on an annual basis.
Executive Director of the UN Global Compact Ghana, Tolu Kweku Lacroix, says their agenda aligns strongly with the Sustainable Development Goal 8 on decent work and economic growth, Goal 10 on reducing inequalities, Goal 14 on life below water, and Goal 13 on climate action.
As you may be aware, historically, seafarers and those in the coastal areas of fisherfolk have been suffering from low wages for a long time. So we're talking about building sustainability, and you're talking about the SDGs, decent work and economic growth, SDG 8, reducing inequalities. These are direct benefits of initiatives like this. We're talking about maritime ocean itself, life underwater, that's SDG 14. As you know, the fishermen depend on the fish for livelihood, but also for us as an economy.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Professor Ransford Jampo, says, for Ghana, safety and sustainability are inseparable.
Alternative fuels such as LNG, methanol, and ammonia will bring their own new hazards. Larger vessels will demand stronger safety systems. Cyber risks will threaten digitalized port operations. And for shippers, safety failures would mean not only environmental damage, but also lost cargo, higher insurance costs, and some reputational harm.
The Ocean Centers Ghana remains committed to aligning local maritime solutions to global standards, ensuring that safety, innovation, and sustainability drive long-term growth in the blue economy.
This is still prime business. MTN Mobile Money has intensified its fight against mobile money fraud with a community education campaign dubbed Shine Your Eyes at the Agbogboshi market here in Accra. More in this report.
The MTN Momo Shine Your Eyes campaign seeks to raise awareness among grassroots communities about the growing trend of Momo-related scams and how to stay protected. According to Senior Manager for FinTech Commercials at MTN Momo, Abdul Majid Rufai, the campaign forms part of the company's commitment to safeguarding customers' funds and promoting responsible digital financial practices.
We have identified education as one of our key factors in fighting fraud. So as part of that education exercise, apart from what we are doing on TV, on radio, we have identified that we need to take the education to the local communities. So we have decided to bring a project called Shine Your Eye. Shine Your Eye meaning we need to take the fraud education to every single community that we live in. We are spread all over the country, and our team are spread all over the country. The exercise we are doing here today, we are doing same across all the regions of Ghana. Every week we are in one community or the other, educating customers on fraud, on how to safeguard themselves against fraud. Whilst we are at it, we do drama. So very soon you see our drama skits. We will demonstrate how the fraudster operates and also educate our customers how they can safeguard.
He cautioned customers to remain extra vigilant, especially during the festive season, as the company prepares to roll out its promotion.
As part of the education as well, towards the end of Christmas, once we are heading towards the Christmas festivities, that's when we see heightened attempts by fraudsters to target our customers. And we have launched a promo where we are giving our customers daily, weekly, monthly winners with a grand price of 100,000 in December. And whilst we are doing these kind of things, that's when other people will try to take advantage of our customers and saying MTN Momo has launched a promotion, so you need to come and redeem something to pay. So we continue to conscientize our customers. The promo that we have launched, nobody is allowed to pay any money to opt in. Even if you win, nobody will tell you to come and pay anything to redeem your prize. We will call you from our offices to give you the price that you deserve.
Abdul Majid further advised customers to adhere strictly to the company's 3 golden rules.
To also abide by the simple rules. There are 3 golden rules that we tell our customers. Do not share your PIN. Do not allow anybody to do transaction on your behalf, because when you do that, you are giving the person your PIN. And do not approve any prompts or anything you have not initiated.
Through the Shine Your Eyes campaign, MTN Momo aims to empower Ghanaians with the knowledge and vigilance needed to protect themselves from mobile money fraud and ensure safer digital transactions across the country.
Promasidol Ghana, producers of Cowbell Coffee, has awarded a brand new Suzuki Jimmy SUV to the grand winner of the Cowbell Coffee With Every Moment promo. Now, the promo, which ran for 2 months, rewarded hundreds of consumers from across the country with mouth-watering prices, emphasizing Promasidol's brand promise. More in this report.
With nearly 1 million entries, the Cowbell Coffee With You Every Moment promo, which ran from July 15th to September 15th, featured 4 mini draws and awarded cash prizes, home appliances, and 2 all-expenses-paid trips, as well as Cowbell products. Michael Hagan, marketing manager at Promasidor Ghana Limited, producers of Cowbell Coffee, stated that the promotion was designed to reward loyal customers and empower consumers.
For us as Promasidor Ghana Limited, particularly the Cowbell Coffee brand, we're extremely elated. Before this promo started, we set out to reach our consumers who have made us the #1 coffee brand in Ghana with over 80% market share. So to stand here today and see our core target or one of our core consumers win the grand prize, it's something that's extremely elated about this.
Emphasizing Cowbell Coffee's market dominance in the coffee beverage category, Mr. Hagan highlighted Promasidor Ghana's brand promise of delivering quality beverages across all markets with exceptional customer experience.
Promasidor as a company believes in the consumer. We place the consumer at the center of every single thing that we do. So the consumer has brought us this far. The consumer has made the business what it is today. We'll continuously invest in the consumer and then reward them as and when the opportunity arises. And also considering the fact that we are celebrating Customer Service Week, this ties in, it goes hand in hand just for us to say once again thank you to the consumer for every single thing that they've done for us.
The grand prize winner, Aaron Betiel, received a brand new Suzuki Jimmy SUV. Speaking to the media, he expressed his excitement and gratitude to Promasidor Ghana.
That was last 2 months ago. So I saw the promo on TV. So I snapped the code and I go through the process, and they said you have to buy 10 pieces to qualify you for a draw. So I bought 20. So that's 2 draws, and I did it. So from then, I was just waiting for a call. Maybe something can happen. So it was last week Friday that I got a call that I've won a car. So from then I was very excited. Yeah. What I will tell Cowbell is that God bless the company. May the company continue to grow in Jesus' name.
The Cowbell Coffee With Every Moment promo was supervised by the NLA Caritas platform, ensuring fairness. Promasidor Ghana says Cowbell Coffee will continue to keep energizing Ghanaians all day long with its rich, creamy blend of Cowbell coffee for a perfect daily boost.
In more business news, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology College of Health has received a donation of a Mindray Kasona N6 ultrasound machine from Kasona Global Imaging Limited, a leading medical technology company. The philanthropic support from the Kasona is expected to have a significant impact on healthcare in Ghana, particularly in rural areas where access to quality medical care is limited. More in this report.
Mindray Kasona N6 ultrasound machine is a cutting-edge diagnostic system designed for various medical applications, including general imaging, cardiovascular care, and women's health. Chief Executive Officer of Kasona Global Imaging, John Chibu, said the donation is a step towards bridging the gap in healthcare infrastructure and training in Ghana.
We want to create a place for them to come and brush up, and we want to associate with universities so that should their students need clinicals, they can come to us. Should their students need internship, they can come to us. We'll hire students who'll be doing the daily thing. That way they get first-hand experience of what it is like around it. So yes, we are doing it now, but it is scattered all over. So our center that is supposed to open has a classroom where at least 4 times in a month people can come and get trained by application specialists.
Pro Vice Chancellor of KNUST Professor David Asamoah expressed his deepest appreciation to Kasona Mindray for believing in their vision and investing in their future. Global Radiology Product Sales and Marketing Department International Marketing Manager of Mindray, Alvin Liu, stated that the donation aims to share their latest technologies with students and medical professionals, enabling them to provide better healthcare services.
And for us, we can help to be the bridge between Ghana and China or Mindray. Yeah. Second one, the education, the students. Yeah, of course, we have this kind of resource. For my side, we are welcome to see in the future if there are any students that have this kind of such big vision, they want to learn more, want to do something big to the Ghana's people and do the contribution on the healthcare sector. If they have this kind of vision, of course, we can provide them by resources, by connections. Yeah, we made donate by 2 times. Yeah, but nowadays we just focus on the ultrasound. Yeah, because this is focus on the medical imaging, and ultrasound is more affordable machines to most of the primary care system. Yeah, so that we can make our contribution, especially for the humans, for the women's health care. For example, for the pregnant women, for the babies' health care, and so on.
The partnership between Kasona and KNUST is expected to continue growing, with potential for further collaborations and investment. The university looks forward to exploring more opportunities for mutual benefits, driving innovation and excellence in education and healthcare. Reporting for JoyNews, Josephine Sego.
Appreciate your time watching Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Muftau is next with sports.